Hi, I'm Fletcher Brown, another artist, video blog at KIX96Country.com. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of the great state of Connecticut. Please welcome to KIX Country, Alex Flanigan. How are you, Alex?
Good, how are you?
Great. Now, you come to us all the way from the Northeast United States.
Yes.
You've been singing music since you were a little bitty, and you say that you kind of came up into music at a very, very early age, and through the influences of your parents and things like that. But the question, we'll get into your background a little bit. You say that country is like a first love of yours. Why country music?
That's always the question, isn't it? I tell people because I used to listen to Lori Morgan, and then shortly after that, like Shania Twain, and then Phil Vassar. Those aren't necessarily from the same time at all. But the way things kind of moved in together, those just happened to be the artists either that I caught onto or heard randomly, not necessarily realizing it was country music. I don't think I had...
You didn't have those filters in yet.
Yeah, it wasn't...
This was just, I like this.
Yeah, that was literally all it was, and because for the most part, all I did was theater productions. There wasn't any country music really in Glastonbury, Connecticut at all. So I was just kind of stuck listening to that and then singing like Broadway tunes, and that's kind of where it began. All
right, well, let's talk a little bit about growing up in Glastonbury, Connecticut. You obviously you sang a lot with your church, and you toured. You actually joined your church choir and toured Europe, England. At what point was that in your life, and how long were you out there?
Ooh, I wish I remembered exactly how old I was. We were still in grade school, and I just remember we would go to all the cathedrals. We just toured all the cathedrals, so we'd get to sing during a church service, or we would have morning services and night services, and it was full choral arrangements, and that's kind of all it was. I don't really remember the reasoning for that. Well, I think to culture us. To be
so young and to be overseas, in England like that, and and singing obviously, in like these grand cathedrals with hundreds and hundreds of years of history. Did you get an opportunity to to mingle with the folks over there and have them kind of talk to you some about what popular music they like? Because I know in Europe they tend to be really big fans of some of the older rock and roll, older country and things like that. Did any of your experiences over there lead you, by the time you got back, you said, you know what, I'm just really kind of want to be a part of this music thing and do this?
I think performing in general is what grabbed me, but being there, as far as music, it was funny to realize that everything was the same. Being young and being so, having my ethnocentric goggles on and not being able to see out, I'm in my bubble of a town, not really seeing outside of it, especially being so young. So being there cultured me, being there made me realize everybody's the same. And but I knew the performing in general I loved, be it by myself, be it singing, be it singing in groups. So it's the performing that got me, not necessarily the kinds of music.
Okay, well, shortly after that led you to, you went on, obviously past grade school and high school, you went into an Academy of Performing Arts in Connecticut. So obviously picking up a guitar or writing songs wasn't necessarily first on the list. How did that experience, going through the Performing Arts Academy, has that influenced or affected your music at this point now? Yeah. Being better, would you say?
Absolutely. The Academy of the Arts trained me classically, so it was where I could always rock out and sing in the shower and sing to the radio. The Academy taught me strict jazz, like Ella Fitzgerald, and then strict opera classical classes, and then we had strict musical theater classes, and then so it made me very well-rounded and also understanding music theory, which is a huge, it's not even tangible, but it's so intricate, and so it really taught me the base, the smarts of the musical.
The science of music. The science of the art. I like that. That's copyright that. That's me. Science of the art.
I said it first, technically.
All right. Well, but I encapsulated it. Okay, we'll share it.
Okay.
All right. So shortly after you graduated, that was when you decided to say, okay, I'm going to go and take my shot at Nashville. You met up with former lead singer of Little Texas, Tim Rushlow. Tell us about your first experience with Tim Rushlow.
Yeah, I was so excited. We just got on a plane. I got on a plane with Gino, Mom, Dad, those are kind of like the 3 people. That's my little inner circle. Mm-hmm. We went to Nashville. We met up with Tim. I think the first time we went there just to meet him, and I was very starstruck. I still don't have any words. I was just very starstruck. I just kind of sat there like, hi, okay. Because I used to sing to him on the radio, and it was very cool. And so from then on, we worked well. We jammed a little bit, then went home, picked songs, and I went back for a weekend and recorded. And that was kind of it from there. Okay.
Now, you say you picked songs. Now, this is your first album, your debut single we're talking about. Do you have any writing credits at all? Or is that something, that was been my next question. Do you write your own songs, or have you picked songs or other songwriters? Because you've worked with some amazing songwriters other than just Tim Rushlow, obviously. Mm-hmm. So the question is like, did they influence you into writing songs, or were you writing songs before you met them? Yeah.
I had written things, but not necessarily full songs. Uh-huh. I did not go into music being a writer by any means, because I always just depended on being able to sing. It wasn't like it was something I could always do. And people say sometimes I took the easy road, but it was just something I always loved, I always could do. Writing, you kind of get bit by, or the flame like lit under you, because you want to be able to create something that's completely your own. Mm-hmm. So I can sing, but being able to write and then seeing a song, your masterpiece, you see the happiness in other people writing stuff, so you kind of want to do it. And once I started writing with Tim Rushlow, I wrote with Greg Barnhill, mm-hmm. Leslie Satcher, these amazing people who write for all these amazing people. They kind of moved me towards wanting to write more. I have writing credit on Diesel, Guns N' Rust, and there are 3 other songs that are floating out there, but this is Diesel, Guns N' Rust is the heart. This is the one. This is the single. This is the one we all believe in, and I do have writing credit on this one, but I also have other songs that are completely my own, which is very exciting.
Well, let's talk about the single then. We've got Diesel, Guns, and Rust. These are 3 things I know that I always keep around close to me, because I feel secure with Diesel, Guns, and Rust. So you say this is an Alex Flanigan original pen. You share some writing credits with it. Mm-hmm. Tell us about this song. Why? You say if this is the one that you feel it's got to be this one. Why? Why this one?
It's different. It's catchy. I also like the story. I love telling a story, but not just because I can always be a typical girl mm-hmm. and write about boys that I don't like, or that I like, or that I don't really know how I feel about.
Note to self, Alex might write about you. Okay.
Watch out. No. But it's telling a story differently, and it also requires a lot of history, knowledge of the areas, which don't completely quiz me because I don't know everything. But when I sat down, and Tom Sebastian's another writer on it, it was just a story. It's telling a story, but it's not even just mine. It's just a story. It's like directors write a screenplay to put a movie on the TV. It's like telling a story, but everyone can create the visual in their own head. Mm-hmm. So I like the story of it.
What is the story of Diesel, Guns, and Rust?
It's three men that get themselves in trouble through 3 different ways. Like Diesel gets in trouble from, he's a truck driver and gets in trouble for bad papers and a repo, all this stuff. So they all broke the law, and it's about them meeting up in jail and planning a jailbreak.
Ooh, good old-fashioned jailbreak. Yeah. Okay. So now the album is not completely finished, or it's not completely finished, but the single is available, and a few other tracks of the forthcoming album is available. I know I've seen it on Reverb Nation. Where else can folks go and find?
You can find the Diesel, Guns N' Rust single is on iTunes, and AlexFlanigan.com is soon to be finished. Mm-hmm. Now, by the way, that's Flanigan with an I in the middle, not another A, so it's not Flanagan, it's Flanigan. FL, and not 2 N's in the middle. Yeah, it's 1 N, not 2 N's. Flanigan. I don't think I spell it like most people. No, I don't think so. Trying to be creative. All right, you can pick up Diesel, Guns, and Rust on iTunes. Go to Reverb Nation. And what about you? Do you tweet? You Facebook? I have a Facebook. Alex Flanigan. Everything is under my real name. I'm working on, I don't know how to tweet.
We got this girl some tweet lessons.
I need some tweeting
lessons. Can we get her some Twitter lessons? We're gonna get you a Twitter. We're gonna get you set up with a Twitter.
So
you've got
soon I'll be blogging and videos every day and fun stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. So
well, I'm glad that we get to meet you at the forefront, at the start of Alex Flanigan. Diesel Guns and Rust. It's a story. You want to check it out. If you want to hear it, you call us here at KIX96, and we'll be happy to play it for you. Alex, thanks for coming to visit us. Promise you'll come and see us again.
Absolutely.
All right. And all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of Connecticut, Alex Flanigan. And this is her single, Diesel Guns and Rust. You call us to hear it on KIX96, and we'll catch you next time. Another artist video blog on KIX96country.com.